Hello, beautiful people. It's Cinderella. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're back again with another video, and this is from TMZ. We're gonna read this together. It's quite interesting, and I'll love your thoughts and your contribution at the end of the video. Let's dive right in. So, this is from TMZ. It reads exclusive Harvey Weinstein to New York Times. I feel for Baldoni. You cherry picked info to fit your narrative. Okay. Okay. Updates. A spokesperson for the New York Times tells TMZ our comprehensive investigation into the allegations of sexual assault and abuse against Mr. Weinstein was rigorously reported over many months and based on the record interviews, legal settlements paid to the accusers, and other documents. None of the facts in our coverage are in dispute. Mr. Weinstein acknowledged his misconduct in a statement that was published in full in the Times. He's since been criminally convicted of rape and SA. Harvey Weinstein is inserting himself into the Justin Baldoni Blake Lively legal battle and blasting the New York Times for allegedly doing the same thing to him that the paper of record did to Baldoni. The jailed Hollywood producer issued a scathing statement to TMZ about the New York Times' role in the bitter legal fight between Justin and Blake over their 2024 movie It Ends With Us. Hmm? Okay, sir. As you know, Blake and Justin starred in the film, and Justin directed it, but it ended with both filing lawsuit against each other. Blake accused Justin of sexual harassment and smearing her name. Justin accused Blake and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, of waging their own smear campaign to destroy his reputation. There's a video. We're going to check this video later. But let's continue. In this $400 million lawsuit, Baldoni also claimed the New York Times cherry-picked details and altered key communications to deliberately. Okay, I'm not going to talk fast. To deliberately mislead readers. And that's exactly what Weinstein says the New York Times did to him when their journalists reported on allegations of sexual harassment and sexual assault by numerous accusers who came forward during the 2017 Me Too movement. Worth noting, Weinstein had nothing to do with the production of It Ends With Us. In his statement to TMZ, Weinstein unloads on the New York Times, telling us watching Justin Baldoni take legal action against the New York Times and its reporters, accusing them of manipulating communications and ignoring evidence that countered Miss Lively's claim hit me hard. Weinstein continues, it brought back everything I experienced when the Times reported on me in 2017. They did the same thing, cherry picked what fit their story and ignored critical context and facts that could have challenged the narrative. Weinstein went on, I should have stood up and fought back then. I should have had the courage to speak out against the way the truth was twisted. That failure still haunts me. I'll be watching this case closely. It matters to anyone who is being on the receiving end of a media takedown, and even more to somebody who's had to pay high legal price. As you know, Weinstein was convicted in LA and New York Time and New York City for error and other sex offenses. Interestingly, Megan Tui, who is one of the bylines on the New York Times original Baldoni Lively article, and she reported extensively about Weinstein's sex crimes. Weinstein is currently being held on Rikers Island, awaiting retrial on his New York City conviction after he won his appeal, but the Manhattan DA refiled the case. We've reached out to the New York Times director of communication as well as Megan Tui herself. So far, no word back. Interesting. But again, anybody in their who is in their right mind would understand and would know what SA would do to a man, especially in this time and age, especially if the man is saying he's innocent and maybe is presented facts. And so far, the facts are playing in his favor that he supposedly or potentially did not do it. You already know what he's going to do to his family, his career, his kids. You know, you know. Anyways, we're going to check this video from TMZ together. All right. So, this is the video from TMZ. We're going to play it together.
To just hunker down, to Justin Baldoni getting some support from someone I'm sure he probably does not want it from, and that is Harvey Weinstein.
Yep.
Who is sitting in Rikers prison.
He is sitting in Rikers prison. He says he has something in common with Justin Baldoni, that they have both been treated unfairly, he says, by the New York Times.
Yes, so Harvey Weinstein told us that he's been watching all of this play out, the battle between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, and he sees a lot of similarities. He says, watching Justin Baldoni take legal action against the New York Times and its reporters hit me hard. It brought back everything I experienced when the Times reported on me in 2017. They did the same thing, cherry-picked what fit their story and ignored critical context and facts.
Now, whether he wants Harvey Weinstein as an ally or not, that is precisely what Justin Baldoni is
exactly
arguing in the lawsuit.
Harvey, I covered Weinstein's criminal cases ad nauseum. I interviewed him several times, and one of the big issues that he repeatedly told me, he had huge problems with the way the press was covering him. He would consistently say the New York Times and other publications were cherry-picking information out of emails and text messages and not telling the full story and going with a false narrative.
Yeah, and I know his attorneys said that in court several times, but at the end, though, Jamie, I mean, he did cop to all this, didn't he? Like, once he was convicted, I believe there was a statement that he released to the New York Times sort of apologizing.
Hi, this is Susan from Palm Springs, California, and maybe it's just me, but I think Harvey Weinstein is the last person that should be commenting on journalistic integrity.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know whether he has a point or not. I mean, his opinion is that they had an agenda when they wrote the story. Whether it's true or not, that's his opinion.
I just think Justin Baldoni and his team feel that they've been winning this PR-wise anyway with the public.
Are you still there?
Yeah.
Coachella's coming up in 2 days. Are you dreading this because your town is going to be inundated with people?
I am. Yeah, the traffic is going to be horrendous, but it's great for the city. It brings in a lot of money, and so we're happy about it.
Are you going?
I'm not going, no.
Are you staying inside the whole time?
I'm going to stay inside as much as possible, yes.
Hunker down, hunker down.
Anyways, regardless, I think it is best to hear from everybody, regardless, because listen, one would not know anything or would not know until you're in the situation, right? Because imagine you're coming, saying, "Oh, you did not do it," or you did not do what you're being accused of, and people are saying, "No, you have to, that you did it. You have to accept that you did it," and you're still saying the exact same thing over and over again. For Harvey's case, in that case, I'm not going to talk about it because I really don't know much about it. I, for some reason, don't want to be following up on it because two things can be true at the same time, right? But let's go back to Justin Baldoni. Obviously, he has presented the timeline, and so far, so good. It's not about him winning, it's about him clearing his name and also standing up for himself because if it's not Justin Baldoni today, it may be somebody else tomorrow. And obviously now lots of people already know or see that, well, you have to stand up for yourself, especially if you're not, or if you did not do what you're being falsely accused of. Stand up for yourself and share the truth or share the facts, especially if you have them or if you have the documented facts. And this is an eye opener for a lot of people. And I don't think anybody should just say, oh, somebody should not say whatever, or should not say their point, or they are the wrong person too. Because, I mean, people would, let's just be honest, people would say, oh, for this case, believe all women until the falsely accused man, is also happened to your brother, or your cousin, or your uncle, or your father, or your husband, or your relative. Then you know that, okay, believe all women does not apply to everybody. So, I mean, let us give the grace and understand, and place both documents, or both countersuits, or both lawsuits in front of you. Read them both line by line, word for word, comparing both and the timelines. And then you have the answer for yourself. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. What do you think about this so far? I would really love to share that in comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.